Mark, how old are you?
Treating the people in your band like
I'm
the
21.
Jackson 5.
I'm 21 years old. No, I unfortunately am 41.
How long have you been playing music as far as playing shows and being in bands and stuff?
Almost 20 years.
So you were decently.
God, I'm old.
You were decently young. And I don't know. That might almost be too old to be relevant to this conversation.
Well, I don't have a walker yet. You young whippersnapper, I'll kick your ass. Son of a bitch, let me crawl over the table.
Basically, I woke up and he's like, he was talking about how the band we had on last week was fully managed. He goes, you probably offended your guest. Because they were fully managed by their dad when they first started out. How do you feel about parents managing? If you had a kid old enough to, I know you do have a kid, but if they were old enough to, play music and be on the local club circuit and everything, would you take full control of the band?
No, I know 3 very killer, talented bands that I won't name because they have a really good thing going on, and they're all under the age of 21, I believe, and they do have a lot of parental
let me ask you, is one of these bands from Canton?
I think all of them are. And I'll tell you what, they got a lot of cool things going that they wouldn't have been able to do a lot of the things without the help of their parents. But it's also helping them it's kind of keeping them in the right direction, like not getting into the craziness of the music.
Will you say the name over a moan? Nobody will hear.
No, they're not doing anything wrong.
No.
So it's not like I'd be hiding. I'm not saying it in disrespect. I'm saying it in a really cool.
There's a band from Canton. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Very talented kids for the most part, and
very talented female lead singer, we'll say.
Really young girl, phenomenal singer.
I know they're killer. I know who you're talking about. I've done shows with them. Hell, we played with them at Sadie's a few weeks ago.
I know.
They're killer. They're extremely talented kids. They're gonna.
I don't know. I feel like I've been doing. I've been playing shows and everything since I was in 8th grade. So I was like 13 or 14 years old, and I did it all by myself.
Your 4 years of experience.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's longer than you've been doing this. You've been doing this for like a year and a half.
Yeah. Close
but
enough.
you guys have done this all by yourself too, have you not? Has there any been parent involvement?
No.
Exactly.
Besides for buying tickets, but I mean,
Well, but that's. I think every kid tries to sell their parents. But I just feel like if I can do it, you guys can do it, all these bands can do it. I mean, with regular, 4 or 5 piece bands, why couldn't a 20-piece band do this all by themselves? You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's. I feel like it's just like what you said, the Jackson 5. I mean, I feel like some of these parents do it so that in the long run, if their kids make it, that they can also make it too, because when they were younger, they didn't make their dream of being a rock star possible.
So they live it through their kids.
So they try to live it through their kids.
It's all living vicariously through the children.
My little girl is 2 years old, and I plan to retire in 5 years. So she sings and plays piano and drums already. No joke.
Really? Is
She's 2 years old, dude. She walks up to the piano. Hey, Daddy, come sing with me, and starts going ba 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 ah ah ah. She's probably listening right now. Hi, Harmony, are you listening? Go to sleep. You're grounded. No. She's only 2 years old. I swear to God, she sings and it's crazy. It's crazy. She's awesome. 2, but talks like a 5-year-old.
My little brother, he's 7.
You better believe I'm getting retired early.
we got a piano when he was probably like 4, and obviously he didn't know how to play it, but like everything he played was so. It was so rhythmic and everything. It didn't sound good at all, but it was all like you could count it out like it was perfect.
Yeah.
And he just banged on shit when he was young, and it just, it sounded decent for a 4-year-old. I think some kids have, really good. Some more than others, like myself. I don't have any talent at all. But
you've got the voice for radio.
Yeah, exactly.
The face to match.
But I don't know. You weren't here earlier, but last weekend, Kenny and I. There's a. Are you familiar with Chuck's Steakhouse? I'm sure.
Oh God, yeah. I haven't played there in a while, but they keep asking us to play. We're gonna play there probably in a month or 2.
So you know that shitty ass. that shitty ass strip club right next door to it.
Yeah, I never go in. And we played there over and over and over with my old band, and we never went next door. Never did on purpose. At the time, our drummer would not have been able to handle it. What's your drummer's name? We'll dance hit for him for free.
We unknowingly took me there.
We did
Seriously,
this.
I was just at a strip club like 2 weekends ago.
It was terrible.
And one of my friends was like, yeah, my friend's a drummer. And I swear to God, all these strippers are just like, hey, free lap dance, hey, free lap dance. I'm like, no, thank you.
They just wanted you to beat on their skins.
I'm just, no, thank you. I'm here to drink.
We did this show at Chuck's probably about 2 months ago. It's not 8 o'clock, Ken, by the way. I say this every week at 8 o'clock.
Oh,
but basically,
you're a little bit late on your announcement because of the power.
We did this show there 1 week, and I wanted to get a stripper on, and the sound guy there, I think his name's Craig.
Yeah,
he's just completely nuts. I mean, that dude, he's talking about, he was talking about like luring little girls. Yeah. But not only him, but we also had another guy. There was a band that played here about 2 weeks ago, Mistletoe. They played right before Christmas. The guy's name is Jeff Hardy.
That guy's fucking hilarious.
Are you familiar with Jeff Hardy? Mistletoe.
I need to get a bar.
We were talking about how my ex-girlfriend, she was telling me how her ex-boyfriend supposedly raped her in a barn, anally raped her. And
so this Jeff guy just goes, man, I need to get a bar.
He's like, I need to get a barn.
Out of nowhere.
And then he starts talking about luring little kids by, what? I don't remember. Anyways.
You sure he wasn't like the lead singer of the Lost Prophets?
He could have been.
With a different name?
But anyway, so
that's the biggest
too
guess we've
soon.
ever had.
Yeah.
Too soon.
But Craig, sound guy, he was talking about. Anyways, I said I want to get a stripper on. He's like, "Well, Al," he goes, "Why don't you go next door? There's plenty of them." So we went over there unknowingly, and let me just.
They all have.
I would just like to
They all have
clarify.
C-section scars.
I would just like to clarify that we're live right now, and there's people not listening to this, and they're listening to part one.
Yes.
So tune in to this is part two. Tell your friends.
Stacey, I told you I called her.
Part 2 is a separate one.
Yes, this is a separate.
Why is Mark singing that same song for the second time?
Is that what she said?
That's what they're saying. Stacey told me that. She's like, "Why you're singing?" She actually said, "She goes, how are you talking to me right now if you're on the air singing?" She said for the second time. I was like, "Oh,
I did." I
said you're on the first. You're on the first. Yeah.
Anyways,
it started over at the beginning. Go to part 2.
So he tells us that Craig from Chuck's Steakhouse tells us to go to this place next door. So I went to a break, and it was me, my girlfriend, and Danny from Haycourt Inc. We all went over there. And these girls were just nasty. So during Hazard's show at Chuck's on Friday, I took Kenny over there. And the whole time we're in there, he's sitting there playing Sudoku.
I set the high scores.
He set the high scores at Sudoku.
No one in there was smart enough to probably play that game.
That place is screwy. And that owner, oh my God, that guy is a piece of work.
I sat in the corner by myself looking at Sudoku because that was disgusting.
He's like, I can't take the C-section scars, Sudoku.
And then the private room.
He's like, no, just stay a little longer. I was like, Sudoku.
The private room of this place is, there's a little closet over there. It's about just a little bit bigger than that. There's no door.
It's a little coat closet with a shower curtain type.
Yeah, and it's got a recliner in there and a Coke sign.
I have never been so terrified in my life.
Yeah,
that's their VIP room?
yeah. So this table, I'll put it this way: this table that we're on right now
wouldn't fit.
It's a it's a 5-edge table. It would not fit in
like
there.
I said, would it have 9 cents in my pocket? I said that was too much for them.
Yeah, it's like throw 9 pennies. But
I'm working on my degree. Can I get a lap dance for you guys? All I need is $5 a day for the next 20 years. I don't get my next check of the month until my 3rd grade. I have to have my 3rd child to get the grant from my school. I'm going to be... What's she going to be? She's going to be... a massotherapist. That's what I'm going to be. So, that'd be great.
Like, totally.
I should have.
I'm only doing this for a year, but that was 10 years ago. So.
Well, it could be like, they're probably all going to OU for the blowjob classes.
Oh, yeah.
Is that such a thing?
I don't know. But is that a real thing or is that just a?
It's OU. It has to be.
I have friends that actually teach there.
It looked like they were just doing the sex ed class.
OU,
Not that class.
OU.
But
is
okay,
like
in
the
any
most
sex ed, they
STD
really give you like
festival.
penises like that and teach you how to suck dick?
It has to be true.
The pictures that I saw
On the
were
news,
like
it has to
full
be
on.
true.
And
Wow.
then there are some where they'll give you like to practice like putting a condom on.
Right.
But
The picture that I saw
like
was
they were
full
sitting
on suction cup toys,
yeah. Did you see the picture?
and there's a professor on one side of the table, and there's 5 girls all like mid.
And then you got a video camera. Yeah.
It's like that one skit from.
But their exam, they have to actually do it on the professor.
Now,
at the end of the year. At the
From
end.
old school.
I think Crash has a fetish with slutty blowjobs.
Why?
That's like the 5th conversation about blowjobs.
I just I don't know. I have a fetish with slutty blowjobs. I just.
I do.
What defines a slutty blowjob?
Oh, by
versus
the
a
way,
regular
hold on. I gotta say
blowjob?
this.
By the way, that
lot
wasn't
of
Mark from
saliva.
Devilstrip saying that.
My mom actually tuned into this show last week, and I want to let you know when she tuned into this.
All right.
What was I talking about?
You were talking about how we.
Oh yeah. I remember now. When we had Maid Myriad on,
Oh.
and
Okay.
Last week? Oh, this is a while ago.
yeah, well, when we had Maid Myriad on, and when we pulled out the hair out of my ass, and I said last week, Leslie plays with my balls with one hand and pulls hairs out of my ass with the other. My mom tunes in right at that point, and I'm like, we do it for foreplay. The next morning, my mom's like, so what is this that you do for foreplay with Leslie? I was like, Mom,
That was in the
no.
second hour, I think.
I was
So
like,
like the 8 to 9 o'clock.
Mom, you're supposed to be in bed by 10.
but
Oh Jesus! So how was that?
And was your little brother listening too?
well, she's like, I thought it was going to get better. It just kept getting worse.
That's what she said?
Oh my god, your guys' jokes are so gay.
That's why you hired us.
These should be like never mind. Anyways,
Yeah.
let me go to a quick break. I've told Greg this a few times, Mark. This band I'm going to play, I think a show. I think you guys should do a show with these guys. They're going to be sick. We'll be right back on the Crash Report. This is Up Here from Electro Mode. Don't go anywhere.
Dude, I know that.